In this small village in northeast India, families spend their lives working in the fields and raising their children. 5-year-old Sarban is the eldest child in his family, but not the firstborn. An older brother died only 9 days after birth. An older sister died from dysentery when she was 2 years old. Now, as the surviving oldest son, he is the pride and joy of his very caring dad. But Sarban was born with a cleft lip and palate, a gaping hole in the middle of his face. His parents had never seen anyone with a cleft lip or cleft palate before. Shock and despair swept over them. They both believed that their son's facial deformity was due to the alignment of the stars during the pregnancy. The villagers thought that Sarban was cursed and stayed away.
I felt so sad when I saw my son was born with a cleft lip. His mother was speechless. All I wanted for him was to have his lip fixed.
2 times, Sarban's dad took him to a hospital trying to get help. But each time they were turned away. Neither hospital had the facilities or the doctors to help, and the family didn't have enough money for the operation anyway. Sarban's dad works in other people's fields. When there is work, he can make 1,200 rupees a month. That's about $30. When Sarban started school, the other kids laughed at him and called him names. They wouldn't include him in their games. Sarban was not happy and told his parents that he didn't want to go to school anymore. So Sarban spends his days working in the fields with his father. But one day Sarban's parents heard that Operation Smile was coming to Guwahati to perform operations on children with clefts, and the operations would be free. So Sarban's dad threw a few belongings into a small duffel bag and rushed with Sarban to catch the all-nighter bus to the mission site. They traveled a full day by foot and bus to get to the hospital in Guwahati. When they were finally there, Sarban received a full healthcare evaluation from the volunteer doctors, nurses, dentists, and speech therapists on the Operation Smile team. After an anxious wait, Sarban and his father found out that he would receive a free surgery for his cleft lip and palate. After a lifetime of being teased and taunted, he knew his life was about to change. On surgery morning, he was the happiest boy in the hospital. He laughed, blew bubbles, was thrilled to play with the plastic anesthesia mask and toy stethoscope that the child care workers used to demonstrate what would happen in surgery.
I'm going to get my lip fixed so nobody will tease me anymore.
He had no fear of the surgery to come. Sarban's father sat anxiously. No one in their family had ever had an operation before. Dr. David Chung, a volunteer plastic surgeon from Australia, skillfully repaired Sarban's lip. Special attention was paid to ensure that the scar would be almost invisible when the wound healed. When Dad laid his eyes on his son after surgery, he couldn't believe his eyes.
When they told me that he was ready for surgery, that moment was the happiest moment in my life. I thought my dream had come true. Now that I see him, I am the happiest father in the world.
Sarban's dad told us that he couldn't wait to go back to the tea plantation with his son and show him off to all the people who once teased him. Sarban was up and dressed by 7 a.m. and ready to go home. His dad had him in his best red shirt, held together by a safety pin, and his hair was neatly combed. He was able to look into the mirror for the first time. and he couldn't take his eyes off his new handsome face.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Sarban. Bye. Bye.
Now 7-year-old Sarban is healthy, attends school, and has many friends to play with, all thanks to Operation Smile and caring people from around the world he will never meet.